Hi there! In a world where nothing is certain, that means anything is possible, right? If you want to fulfill your dreams and desires, you are in the right place. You absolutely can have a life of happiness. Everyone deserves an abundance of love, laughter, success, health and wealth. I'm Tara Chadzakis and you're listening to the Happy, Inspired, Motivated podcast. The show that brings you meditation, mindset and motivation. So start by giving yourself permission to be awesome. Sit back, relax and enjoy the show.
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas.
Hi there and welcome to this week's episode of Happy, Inspired, Motivated. Coming to you today on Christmas Day to your home from mine. I think this past year, 2020, has been a most unusual one. We have had lots of firsts and new things that we've experienced. Some that I never thought I would ever go through. I never thought that I would be living through a pandemic and be able to say that, things got really shook up this year. And there have been lots of negatives and lots of positives, lots of complete shifts and turnarounds for not just me, but for lots and lots of people. And it's been a bit of a crazy time. But I think looking back at 2020, I personally have gained a lot from this past year. I've learned so much. I've studied more than I ever have before. I've managed to be a bit like a sponge because my attention hasn't been distracted and I haven't had to focus on lots of different things. I've been able to focus on myself and my business and my family, and that's been really important. And I've not had the distraction of going away and doing things that, although those things help you relax, they also take your mind off of what you're focusing on. And sometimes you can get so trapped up in those that you lose the ball and you forget what you're doing. So what have we learned from 2020? I think a lot of people have realised that it's the small things in life that are important. They've spent so long striving for things and chasing dreams that didn't necessarily serve their best purpose, and they've realised that it's the connection that they have with people. So it's the energetic connection that they have with people that is much more important than going out and striving and being the top of the game when that can be a lonely place. If you're there at the top and you've nobody to share that with, it kind of defeats the object. And being with your family or loved ones or people who make a huge difference in your life is basically what it's all about. It's the connections to people like that that are more important. It's not the material things that are important in life. It's love, it's being loved, it's being understood, sharing experiences and moments with people, which we all know that that's important. But I think this year has really played a big part in making us realise just how important they are. Like all the people who couldn't meet their families, their parents, their grandparents, so elderly people, for example, who were shielding, people that you took for granted before. So, I talk quite a lot about energy and vibrational energy and energetic connections and all of those things being in alignment. I just wanted to kind of explain why that is so important, or why that has become really important this year, more so than in past years, because we're realising that we're not alone, that we are connected. So having the same vibrational energy as the people in your family or people that you love or people that you spend a lot of time with is really important for you to get that great connection, to be on the same wavelength, as people say, or be on the same page. And that can translate across into your business as well. So when you're on the same page as your clients and you're all working towards the same goals, you've all got the same energetic vibration and the same outlook and the same mindset towards your businesses, That's truly important, because the connection that you get there just lifts your energetic vibration and your business energy up to a higher level, which attracts all those amazing new clients, and it helps the clients that you have so much more, because you can give them so much more when you have more to give. But you have to think of yourself, your energy, like a bit like the magic porridge pot, the one that no matter how much is taken out, it just keeps refilling. And you can't do that unless you've got a good energetic connection with yourself, with the universe, with your clients, with your loved ones, with all the different aspects of your life. It's quite easy to get drained of energy, but you need to be the magic porridge pot. You need to be able to keep replenishing that energy. And sometimes your clients come to you and they're the ones who have a depleted energy, and they don't know how to raise that energy up. So that's why yours is so important, to keep theirs bolstered, to give them a boost, to help them get to the same energetic level that you're at, which will have positive results in their lives and their businesses and the lives and businesses of other people that they come into contact with. It's also really important to have a good energetic relationship with money. Now, I know a lot of people don't like talking about money. They get embarrassed or they shy away from it because it sounds like a dirty word, but it's not. The more you think of money as a dirty word, the less likely you are to attract it into your life, because let's be honest, if somebody doesn't like you, you're not going to go and visit them, are you? You're going to stay away. So it's the same with money. It can sense, it can feel that, because it's an energy too. It feels that you don't have the energy that wants it, that loves it, that appreciates and respects it. So even if it does come to you, it's not going to hang around for long, because it doesn't feel wanted. Because a lot of people have this mindset or this belief that they really want money because it's of what it can buy them. Of course, people need money to survive. However, they feel guilty for having the money. So in that respect, they push it away. And that's not a good place to be at when you're in a business. Because if you're pushing the money away, then your business is going to close. So we have to learn to love money and talk about it openly. Be comfortable to say, yes, I want money in my life. Yes, I want to make money. And that will also help you to set the prices that you're worth, your value for your clients. Because if you're embarrassed around money and you feel guilty asking for it, then you're the kind of person that's going to ask or offer discounts and devalue what you offer. For some people, that's a benefit. Some people seriously can't afford your services. But there's other people who are looking at your business and they see what you're offering and they see the price, and there may be somebody that's very comparable in the service that you have, but their prices are more expensive. And it's not necessarily that you go for the cheapest option. If you really, really want something, you're going to do what you can to make sure you can afford it. You don't go and buy the cheapest of things just because that's all you can afford, because looking at that, you're not necessarily getting the best value for money. I've done it in the past when I've bought the cheapest of furniture or clothes or things like that when I've been really struggling for money, and those things haven't lasted 12 months. And then I have things that I've really wanted, like, handbags or shoes or things like that I've really fallen in love with and saved up for, and had them bought for gifts, things like that, and they have lasted me so much longer. I have some handbags and shoes that are like 8-10 years old because they've stood the test of time, because they were good value, they were good quality. And the cheapest is not necessarily the best quality. Just because it's cheaper doesn't mean to say that it's going to do what you want it to do. And in the end, you end up paying more. So looking back on 2020, I paid for quite a few different things, like different courses and trainings. And at one point, I thought I'll go for the cheapest one, because that obviously is going to help me, give me some knowledge, and I'll be able to grow from there. Big mistake. I did learn from all of these trainings that I did, but not enough to implement. And I invested in a business coach that would take my business to the next level. And the money that I'd spent on the other trainings could have gone towards that. So the cheapest option is not always the best, because sometimes you have to pay for the more expensive service or goods anyway, because the others haven't lived up to their name or they've not been up to scratch. So you end up wasting the money anyway and you pay twice as much. So that's another important thing to remember when you're looking at your services and your prices. If you're giving it away too much for free, people won't value it. People pay attention when they pay. And if your value, your service or your goods are of the highest quality, then don't be ashamed to set the price accordingly. Have a good, positive, loving, respectful relationship with your money. Allow it to come into your life. Give thanks for it being there. Know that there's always plenty of money. There's always enough for everybody. And you having more money through your business is not taken away from anybody else. There is no reason why you cannot be a successful millionaire as well as the next person. There's not just £1 million in the whole world. There are lots of them. And it's easier to access now than ever before. We have to find loving relationships with ourselves and our bodies. You know, a lot of people this year, due to lockdown, have found themselves at home on furlough or redundancy, or just basically their businesses had to close for a short while. And during that time, they've not known what to do with themselves, which is understandable. When you're used to being busy, and then all of a sudden you have to stop everything, it can be a little bit daunting as, well, what do I do with my time? I can't actually... It's not as though you can go out and enjoy your free time because you're not allowed to go anywhere. So a lot of people have been overeating, drinking too much, not exercising enough, not taking care of themselves, and getting into a bit of a slump. And that is totally understandable. You know, we get into a, oh my goodness, what do I do with myself? And it's kind of like a boredom as well. So we have to find that balance and get that loving relationship back with ourselves. We have to know that we're worthy of love from ourselves, not from other people. We have to give ourselves love first from ourselves to make sure that we're whole and we're not searching and clasping for other people to show us attention. We don't, if we're whole inside, if we love ourselves 100% for all the saggy skin, the stretch marks, the fat rolls, the acne, the whatever you have going on when you look at your body, if you love yourself regardless of all of those things, then you don't need love from somebody else. And it's easier for somebody to give you more love during that. Because if you love yourself completely, then why wouldn't others love you as well? If you focus on the things that you don't like about yourself, they're the things that other people focus on too. So we have to rebuild that relationship with ourselves too. So I think this past year has been really good at identifying those areas that we need to work on and create a much stronger, higher, energetic relationship. So with ourselves, number one, with our loved ones and our friends and family, with our businesses and our clients, with our health, and also with things like money, because we have to create a good balance throughout our whole life, so to be in alignment for receiving. So the better the energetic vibration of our body regarding all of those different areas, because we are connected to all of them. And having a deficit in some area means that you overcompensate in another, and that doesn't give good balance. That sets things off kilter. So it's good to have a good balance throughout all those areas, which is what I do with my coaching. I make sure that we look at life and business on an energetic level. It's not just one thing without the other, because the two are tied together. If it's your business, then you are part of that. You're the core of that. So your life happiness is so important in order for your business happiness to be prevalent as well. I do hope that you have lots of fun today and over this Christmas period, lots of time with your loved ones. If for some reason you are separated from your loved ones during this time, just take this time to work on loving yourself and forgiving yourself, reflecting on all the good things that you are and all the good qualities that you have, and spend this time to give yourself love and really focus on you and who you are inside, and think about the year that's passed and be grateful for everything amazing that's happened this year. Don't focus on the negative things. We always have negative things to focus on, and it's so easy for them to become predominant thoughts in our heads, but they are the ones that just create more unhappiness. So spend this time to give thanks, be grateful for everything that has been absolutely wonderful in your life this past year in 2020. Give lots of love to people that you love. Even if they're not with you, you can send them love energetically. Give yourself lots of love. Really focus on taking good care of yourself, feeding yourself good food. That includes chocolate and alcohol as well, don't worry. Pampering yourself and making yourself feel good. Maybe get out the PJs, put on something that makes you feel special or sexy or whatever it is that you're needing in your life right now. Be grateful for all the wonderful people you've met through your business this past year and all the support that you've received from other business owners that you've met along the way. You know, entrepreneurs are a very strong-knit community and we support each other because we know what it's like to struggle through certain things, and why wouldn't we help each other? So give thanks and send love to all those amazing people you've met. Send in love and blessings and being thankful for the amazing clients that you've worked with this year, how you've had a positive impact in their lives and how they've uplifted yours as well. And then finally sending out love and giving thanks and blessings for all those people you have yet to meet, all those amazing people who are going to be waiting for you in 2021 to support you, love you, guide you, work with you, gain knowledge from you, all those amazing people that are stretched out in 2021 that are going to be new people for you. Give thanks and send them love before you meet them and just get excited about that. We have 1 week left until 2021 starts, so why not get in the mood right now and just get excited about what is going to be happening next year, because it is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be absolutely amazing, and I am so excited about it. I can't wait. And I can't wait to be on this journey in 2021 with you, my beautiful, beautiful friend. I'm so grateful that you're part of this life with me and on this path with me, and that we get to connect through the podcast. And some of you have come over to social media and said hi as well, and that's great. If you want to do that, just come and find me anywhere you want. Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. You can find me on all of those platforms, just Tara Chatzakis. I'm really easy to find. Come and say hi, share a bit of festive love with me, and let's go into 2021 with a fantastic, phenomenal, amazing, strong, high vibrating, loving, grateful energy that is going to absolutely blow people away. Wishing you the very best over this Christmas period, and I shall speak to you again in 2021. So, sending you lots of love, blessings for an amazing time, and I will speak to you next week.